Hello, Unbreak Me here with a look at the top 10 rarest LEGO Technic gears of all time. These are in no particular order. Without any further ado, let's begin. At number 1 we have the white version of the 8-tooth timing gear, which only ever appeared in just one set, specifically the legendary barcode multi-set 8479 released in 1997. This set came with the programmable code pilot brick used to scan barcodes. You had a mode in which whenever the truck is moving faster, the code pilot adjusts the engine sound to match the speed of the truck. But how does the code pilot know how fast the truck is moving? With the timing gear, of course. This timing gear was connected to the drivetrain, and whenever the code pilot would be placed on the truck itself, its light sensor would be directly over the timing gear. Thus, the timing gear was an essential component of your own buildable rotation sensor. This is actually very similar to how rotation sensors work in the modern LEGO motors, and I undeniably think that we should definitely be able to build our own rotation sensors in the modern LEGO Technic sets, since they do teach you the fundamental principles of how such sensors work in real life. I just want to say, if you're enjoying this video so far, then make sure to subscribe so that way you can learn all about LEGO Technic. I also make videos like the rarest LEGO motors, as well as the rarest LEGO Technic pieces. So, make sure to subscribe. But, no pressure. No pressure. Next up we have the Samson Gears, and if we include the accessory pack as well as the promotion, these gears only ever appeared in just 3 sets. However, these gears only ever appeared in just one standard set released back in 1966. That's 11 years before the release of the actual LEGO Technic theme and 3 years before the moon landing. That's just insane. These Samson gears could mesh with the LEGO Technic droid wheel, opening up some insane possibilities, like being able to make massive turntables, interesting planetary gear ratios, and much more. The Samson gears provided you very interesting functionality more than a decade before the introduction of LEGO Technic, so they're incredibly revolutionary. At number 8 we have the single gearbox piece which converted the motion of a worm gear to a 24-tooth gear, and it only ever appeared in just one set. It was used in the LEGO Creator Motor Mover set that came equipped with a 9-volt battery box, a motor, and some quite interesting and unique LEGO pieces like the specialized single-piece gearbox, which could not be taken apart. I greatly appreciate the ability to make incredibly compact mechanisms in a matter of minutes. Pieces like this should definitely be revived for modern-day LEGO sets. Perhaps pieces like this specialized gearbox could appear in LEGO City sets in the near future. At number 7 we have the blue version of the worm gear, which only ever appeared in just the LEGO Technic Ice Slicer ski set released back in 1999. A blue worm gear is one of the best novelties of LEGO Technic, and I would love to get my hands on this piece. The worm gear in LEGO Technic is one of the best and most revolutionary pieces from the time it first appeared in 1985 to still being widely used in many LEGO Technic sets to this day. It is used in some of the most advanced sets ever, like the 8043 motorized excavator. It essentially serves as a mechanical resistor, allowing motion to pass from the end of the worm gear, but not from the end of a regular gear. There are a ton of benefits to this mechanic. Specifically, it is useful for winches so that way they stay in place. Next up we have the pink 40-tooth gear, which only ever appeared in just a single set, specifically the Kitty Clock set released back in the year 2000. I want to stress just how tremendously rare this piece actually is. The Kitty Clock set 4393 is unimaginably rare, so much so that absolutely nobody is selling this set. I've checked everywhere, including Bricklink, Brickowl, Mercari, eBay, Amazon, and many more. There are also no posted instructions of this set on the internet, and there's absolutely zero reviews about the set on YouTube. There's only one known image of the set on the internet, which is provided by Bricklink. There is also nobody selling the pink 40-tooth gear by itself, either on Bricklink, eBay, or Brickowl. This means that the LEGO Technic pink 40-tooth gear is practically impossible to find, and if a new copy of this piece ever comes on the market, I think it could easily sell for $100 or more. If you like learning about the rarest LEGO Technic gears of all time, then make sure to subscribe so that way you can learn about the rarest motors, rarest pieces, and much more. I noticed that only about 10% of you are actually subscribed, so let's get that number just a little higher. But no pressure, no pressure. Here we have this short worm gear with 2 connected bushes on either side. This is a very interesting and unique modern LEGO Technic piece which only ever appeared in just 3 sets, all of which were released in 2014. What makes this piece so fascinating is not necessarily its rarity, but the bizarre history of this piece. The 2 pullback sets that contained this piece had a combiner B model, and initially, both of these sets contained the unique piece, and the unique worm gear would be used for adjusting the rear wing. However, sometime after, LEGO released updated versions of the exact same sets, but the unique worm gear was completely removed from the Black Champion Racer, and the unique worm gear was replaced with a standard one in the Desert Racer. Essentially, now the short worm gear with 2 connected bushes on either side only ever appeared in just a single set, which is the construction crew. Fortunately, this piece was never replaced here. Honestly, I'm not sure as to why this piece has such bizarre history. Perhaps LEGO saved a lot of money by replacing it with a standard worm gear. But please let me know your theory down in the comments below for why this unique piece got replaced by the standard worm gear. At number 4 we have the white version of the 12-tooth Bevel Gear, which only ever appeared in just one set. It came in the LEGO Technic R2-D2 set number 8009, released in 2002. The Bevel Gear in LEGO Technic was first introduced in 1993 in the Control Lab building set, and later became one of the most useful pieces ever, since you're able to easily transfer gear motions at 90 degrees. At number 3 we have the orange version of the 24-tooth gear, which only ever appeared in just a single set, the LEGO Technic Robo Riders The Boss set number 8516, released in the year 2000. Since I love oranges, orange happens to be one of my favorite colors, and I definitely want to get my hands on this piece. I definitely think that in the modern LEGO Technic sets, we should get more colored gears, much like how we got colored axles. Next up we have the yellow version of the 8-tooth gear, which only ever appeared in the LEGO Technic City Slicer set number 8502, released in 1999. On top of having a yellow 8-tooth gear, this set also had a yellow 24-tooth gear, as well as a yellow worm gear. I just love colorful gears, and the ones we have now are kind of basic. Before I reveal the number 1 pick, I would like to give an honorable mention to the 90-degree gear block, as well as the droid wheel, since I have already extensively talked about those pieces in my Rarest LEGO Technic pieces video. If you want to learn about in which sets those specific pieces appear, and what applications those pieces have, then make sure to click on the video in the top right corner. At number 1 we have the following 1x2 gear rack, which only ever appeared in just 5 sets. This gear rack is quite rare, and the last time we got this piece was back in 2011. This is an excellent piece, and it does open a lot of possibilities for making your own creations. If you enjoyed learning about the rarest LEGO Technic gears of all time, then I highly recommend checking out the top 10 rarest LEGO Technic pieces of all time. This is your Unbrick Me here, and I'll see you in the next one.